Hey guys, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about when it's okay to skip a blog post. Welcome to the Blogger Breakthrough Podcast. I'm your host, Liz Stapleton from elizabethstapleton.com and the founder of the Blogger Breakthrough Summit. This episode is brought to you by Pin Generator in a Box. It is a course designed to give you all the tools and resources you need to create your very own pin generator so you can keep feeding that fresh pin monster quickly and easily. You can learn more about it at elizabethstapleton.com/PGIB. Okay, so let's talk about blogging schedules because you likely know that staying consistent with your blog is a major key to blogging success. But life happens. So when is it okay to skip a blog post and how do you keep it from becoming a bad habit? So the first kind of thing I want to talk about is ask yourself some questions about your current schedule. Before you skip, I recommend that you ask yourself, do you have enough content to simply republish an old post? Or do you have a guest post on standby that you can throw in? If not, and you really are just strapped, I think you can skip a post. But I say that with some caveats. If you're skipping a post, it likely means you're barely keeping up with your schedule, which may be a sign that you need to adjust it. Instead of once a week, do once every other week, and then you're not so much skipping a post as you are adjusting to your schedule. If your anticipated schedule is public, update it, and I'd also recommend letting your email list know what's up. You could even put a call out for guest posts, so next time you fall behind, you've got a backup. I always just want to make sure my email list knows what's going on. They're my insiders, and so I do always, if something's going to change, I always try to keep them updated, so I would recommend doing that. All right. If you don't have a ton of content, maybe you're a newer blogger with not a lot of content, republishing an old post probably doesn't make sense. Maybe you don't have enough time for one of your regular posts, but could you throw together a quick roundup? Okay. In the show notes, I'll link to a post I wrote about 5 quick and easy blog posts you can throw together when you're short on time. One of those just might fit the bill. And then I also want to kind of address how to kind of keep this from becoming a bad habit. If you don't have any posts ready to go, meaning you aren't ahead on your editorial calendar, then I suggest you take a break, a hard break from publishing, maybe for like a month. You don't stop writing blog posts in that time, you just don't publish them. That way you can be 3 to 4 posts ahead when you do start publishing. And when something comes up, you don't have to skip a week. If the idea of hitting pause on publishing stresses you out, then just forgive yourself for missing one post. Realize you're human and work on coming up with a plan to prevent this from happening again. And like I said earlier, consider adjusting your publishing schedule. I think it starts becoming a bad habit when we make ourselves feel awful about it. So please don't do that. Almost all bloggers have missed a post at some point or another, and it will be okay. All right. So that was just a quick episode of kind of giving you a chance to figure out when it's okay to skip a blog post, some possible solutions so you don't have to skip a post or to prevent you from doing it over and over again. With that, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you'll join me next time when I'm going to be announcing how you can get your hands on some really amazing resources for free. Until next time, I'll catch you then.